Good afternoon, members of the media. Thank you for taking the time to join us here today. This is the second update on the untimely death of 19-year-old American visitor Mark Dombroski. At this time, we have Superintendent Sean Field Lament, who will give us the most recent update. Soup.
Good afternoon. Firstly, let me reiterate on behalf of the Bermuda Police Service our sincere condolences to the family and friends of Mark Dombroski. The Bermuda Police Service is progressing the investigation into the death of Mark, a visiting 19-year-old American college freshman. A team of investigators is actively continuing their inquiries into the circumstances surrounding Mark's death. An overseas forensic pathologist will be arriving in Bermuda tomorrow and will be conducting an autopsy. Here's what we can confirm. At 1:30 a.m. on Sunday the 18th of March, CCTV images show Mark walking alone along Alexander Road in Devonshire, which is immediately south to where his body was found. At this juncture, we are reviewing CCTV in the neighborhood to verify if there was any other activity. Mark's body was found near the base of a significant drop at Fort Prospect. His wallet and cell phone were found with him intact. Contrary to recent speculative social media posts, Mark's body was not bound or tied up. We await the forensic pathologist's independent official report to speak to the nature of his injuries. The Bermuda Police Service is specifically asking for witnesses in the Alexander Road, Devonshire area that may have heard or seen anything between 1 a.m. Sunday the March 18th and 4 p.m. Monday the March 19th, that's when we found Mark, to come forward and give us information. A further update will be provided by me following the examination by a forensic pathologist. In closing, I would like to thank members of the public and retailers for their assistance, especially with obtaining CCTV footage that ultimately led us to recover Mark. Just for the sake of clarity in regards to communication, we continue to appeal for witnesses to anyone with any information about the 19-year-old Mark Dombroski. No matter how insignificant it may seem to you, you are asked to contact the Senior Investigating Officer, Acting Detective Inspector Karima Flood, by phone on 717-2086 or by email at kflood@bps.bm. I'll take questions.
At this time, we will take questions. Gary Moreno.
Gary Moreno, Bermuda Broadcasting News. Sir, could you indicate that there is a lot of speculation going around on social media? From what we've seen, it appears that a lot of it, or that the speculation is emanating out of the United States from individuals who are suggesting they were closely linked to Mr. Dombroski. Have you contacted the family to speak with them about this?
Thank you, Gary. Yes, I have been in direct contact almost on a continuous basis, and we have been working with the family very closely, providing them updates. We are aware of the social media aspect to this inquiry. There have been some unfortunate messages that have been sent out that have not been based on fact, and social media is a double-edged sword. It can be a tool that assists us, and it certainly assisted us in the early stage of this investigation. But what can happen is that untruths are spread like wildfire. We are aware of an emotional message that went out that has been taken out of context, and one has to put it in the context of dealing with a very emotive, traumatic experience, and sometimes things are said that are not based on facts.
There are claims that Mr. Dombroski was involved in some sort of an altercation before leaving the bar on Saturday night. Have you found anything to prove that?
Once again, what I would appeal for is people who have information along that lines to call us and give their version of events. Because what we're finding is that there is hearsay, and we're trying to separate facts from innuendo and in between. So if people have information, contact us, and we will record a statement, and we will separate what is fact from fiction or in between.
He said that his valuables were found on his person when his body was discovered. Does that in fact rule out foul play or any suspicious activity on the part of the police?
I understand your need for that sort of direction. What we will say is that we have an open mind. Nothing has been ruled out. We work on facts, and we're waiting for the forensic pathologist, which is the highest level of pathology that we can get, to give us some insight on the injuries that Mark has.
One second, Gary. 1 second. Trevor Lindsay.
Trevor Lindsay from TNS, sir. Can you confirm or deny drugs, illegal or legal drugs were found in this system? Would you know?
Thanks for asking that, Trevor. Obviously, that is part of the pathology process. There will be a toxicology report that will speak directly to that. So to say anything at this stage would be not based on fact.
One last question. Can you confirm or deny the FBI has been involved due to close ties with the family?
Okay, well, yeah, yes, I can. Certainly, there is a connection through family friends, through rugby, to a former director of the FBI. But as per our normal protocols, when we deal with overseas citizens, we use the consul that's present. We've worked with the U.S. consul from the get-go, and we work with our overseas partner agencies on major critical incidents, and certainly the FBI have been involved.
Paul Johnson, World Gazette.
Yeah.
Good afternoon. To confirm, you said that one additional CCTV image of Mark had been obtained since, I guess, yesterday's update, which was taken from Alexander Road. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Is that from the cameras on the exterior of some of the buildings up there?
I can go into sort of a bit more detail. It was a motion detector CCTV, personal security, and it was set off by Mark walking by. We are looking at other CCTV in the other area. Once again, the most important message is we're looking for people who were in the Alexander Road between 1 a.m. and 4 p.m., that's when we found Mark, to come forward and assist us. We are aware that there was people in the area just prior to us finding Mark, and we'd like them to come forward to help us.
That most recent image he was alone in as well?
Yes, yes, that was said in the statement.
What are police looking at as far as why he was up there? One can only sort of speculate. We believe that he was going for a walk. I understand that he had gone for a walk the night before around the work camp area, but we really just don't know why he was walking up there. And you know, to say anything otherwise would be speculative. At least one of the previous CCTV images that came out had him what looked like making a cellular phone call.
Yeah.
Have police figured out if he made any calls that night?
That granular detail at this stage of the investigation, whilst I appreciate your desire, that we're not going to release something like that at this stage of the investigation. But early indications are that the image is what it is, and we're trying to through forensics, determine what took place.
I asked about the FBI, Gary Moreno, Bermuda Broadcasting again. I asked about the FBI involvement in the case, or any possible FBI involvement in the case yesterday, and the acting commissioner declined comment. When did they become involved?
I can say that that we had liaison with the FBI very early on, certainly on Sunday. And that was, they reached out to us, and that's part of the protocols that we have in place with U.S. citizens. And they're coming out here, I believe, sometime tomorrow to provide reassurance to the family. So we work and we have a professional relationship with all our overseas agencies.
Mark and teammates arrived on Wednesday, is that correct? The tournament which began on Friday?
Correct.
Northfield is quite a close proximity to, I guess, where he was discovered. Did his team practice at Police Field?
I'm not in possession of that information.
Okay.
Yeah. 60 foot, the drop is somewhat of a 60 to 70 foot drop. How is it that he ended up, or can you identify his his injuries to indicate that he fell into that moat?
I'm not going to speculate. As I said, Trevor, we rely on facts, and the facts will be determined by a forensic pathologist. We'll determine the actual distance, and to comment any further on that would be inappropriate.
We're going to take 2 more questions.
If I could follow up on Trevor's question. That drop from the back of Alexandra Road, it looks like there is new fencing along a stretch of it. Is where Mark's body was found in relation to where that fencing is, would it be an area that fencing does not block access to the moat?
Yeah, I'm not going to comment on that because obviously it forms part of the investigation, and sort of the comment on that may interfere with what we're trying to achieve from witnesses. The facts will come out in the wash.
Final question, maybe. There's been some speculation that Mark was up in that area, in fact, to meet somebody. Are you prepared to comment on that at this time, or is it too early?
If you have people who have that information, tell them to give me a call, right? This is a speculative.
Okay.
If people have that information, the onus is on them to phone us and contact us and give us a statement. We all want to get to the bottom of what happened to Mark. And so having speculation passed around and unsubstantiated reports made is not helpful. If you want to help us, contact us.
One last question, Mr. President.
Yeah.
You indicated that there were people who would have happened upon the body before the officers got there. Is that what you said?
No, that's not what I said, Gary. We were aware that people were in the area when the body was found. Whether they saw the body beforehand or saw the people, they may have been part of the group that was looking. We're just saying that if you were up in that area and you saw something, specifically between 1 a.m. and 4 p.m. on Monday, come forward and give us a call and give us your name so we can record a statement so we can get clarity on where we want to go.
What information that's circulated today via social media about him being bound, what would give anyone the rights to even disclose such information like that? And because you have international media that are watching.
I'll address this one.
And they're reporting on...
Trevor, I did speak to that in my statement before, and we're aware of a unfortunate message that went out that has been taken out of context, that was based on a very emotional response to a very traumatic encounter. And obviously the facts will come out. I have spoken to the fact that Mark was not bound or tied up. So that would speak to some of the comments that were made in that email. Once again, we just want people to come forward with facts, contact us, and give a statement. Please do not keep repeating social media commentary that is not based on fact. Thank you.
Very much, sir.
Members of the media, we would like to thank you for coming out. Our goal is to give you updated information as much as we can. Now, we're going to try for a few days to do that on a daily basis. Again, let's go over some very key details. The superintendent said, please ensure the information that you pass on is factual. He also said, if you have any information, no matter how insignificant it may seem to you, pass that information on to the Bermuda Police Service. One of the things we would like for the public to use is the Independent and Anonymous Crime Stoppers Hotline. That number is 800-8477. Again, if you don't wish to pass that information on to police with your name, you can use the Independent Confidential Crime Stoppers Hotline. It is 800-8477. Thank you very much, and have a good afternoon.